So I feel wind blowing differently than ever before. And they're pushing me further from shore. The moment ends, I feel wind. The moment ends, though 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 I feel. The moment ends, the moment ends. 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 The moment ends, the moment ends.